that torture is okay. And I'm not just talking about war criminals, I'm talking about everyday citizens. We have so many complaints, it's just unbelievable. And this is people who are being deprived of their basic human rights. They're being subjected to sleep deprivation, to chemical gases in their air, to water that's poisoned. So I'm going to read a few more of these comments. So this is Melissa Gardner in Meade, 2513. She says she's been having headaches, sore throat, ringing in her ears, and nosebleeds since drilling started. 121316, Michelle Spalding, Erie. Smelly air, odd, sour chemical aroma. I cannot place it. Gives me a headache and asthma attacks. 83017, Heather Shea, Erie. Odor, extremely bad around 5 p.m. Has been bad off and on all day. Working from home and have severe headache and burning eyes. 82217, Greg Garcia, Erie. The smell from the waste connection and Pratt sites are strong enough that I've developed a headache within minutes of being outside. Odors described as petroleum chemicals. Residents less than 1 mile south of the source. 21617, Gary Giannetti, Erie. Location of concern, in my home near Woolly Well. The noise is vibrating my house and giving me a headache again. I can't sleep. Do you do anything about these complaints? 63 comments later and still nothing has changed. Water issues, 91409, Shirley Dahl, Kinsburg, Colorado. Ms. Dahl called to inform COGCC that she has gas in her water well. When water's placed in a water bottle, she's able to light it on fire. There's gas wells on either side of her property. 32210, Victor Endrovich, Hudson, Colorado. Landowner would like to have water well sampled. Well has flammable gas. 772010, Susan Pointer, Fort Lupton. Complainant alleges impact to water well from nearby oil and gas operations. First notice a change to water in 7410. Described the water as bubbling. Smells like gas. Also said there's a sheen on the water and the smell's more noticeable when running hot water. Reported possible workover or frack job on nearby oil and gas well, 100 feet southeast of residence. 32715, Kathleen Yager, Kingsburg. I have a bad odor in the water, and once again, the water was black. Strong sulfur odor. Daughter is breaking out in a rash. Has been worse the past 2 weeks. The sputtering from the methane gas is not there now, but other issues have gotten worse. 458 complaints later, and nothing has changed. It's time to put health and safety first. Stop the Martinez appeal.
I'm Lauren Swain. Sorry about the gas mask, but something in this room really stinks. And a lot of people have been smelling what's been emanating from this room for a lot of years. And some of them are in Erie, and some of them, by the way, Erie adopted an MOU that supposedly raised standards over what this body here provides to protect us. And this body took issue with it when Encana sold its rights and a new operator took over and complained about the MOU. And this body said to the people of Erie, to the Board of Trustees, you gotta change your MOU or you are screwed. And they'll do it again, I guarantee it. So something really stinks and people have been smelling it all over this state. Here's one of them. In Erie, on 10/14/2017, Mike Dunn. I can detect the smell most mornings and as I'm walking my dog and getting my kids to school. It's nauseating to my children. I didn't spend years in the Marine Corps and now years teaching college to invest my life savings to move into this neighborhood only to be victimized by this situation. I honestly feel relatively hopeless for the first time in my life. The quality of life I'm trying to provide for my wife and kids has been dealt a harsh blow by the drilling operations going on here. My children and I have difficulty falling asleep at times because of the noise, and none of us enjoy the morning emissions that haunt our olfactory senses. Some days like diesel fuels, other days like a harsh chemical odor. Residence is located 1/4 mile east of the source. 10/21/2017, Jeff Deacon, Erie, Colorado. Drilling mud smell again. Opening our windows at 4:30 p.m. to get some fresh air, and now our house smells of pressed stones, drilling mud, diesel, chemical, rubber, etc. But sadly, I recognize it immediately as the smell of D822. In addition to the stench, it's causing irritated throats and burning eyes for myself and my wife. These are just two of the hundreds of complaints that have been filed in Erie, Colorado, where an MOU was supposed to take care of everything. People were saying what a great process the MOU is because it elevates standards above the crappy standards of this body. And it doesn't work either, because this body will undermine every meaningful MOU there is by rejecting its duty to enforce those standards. And nothing is going to help until we stop the permitting. Call off the appeal, stop permitting until your appeal goes through. This is the law of the land. Our health and safety comes first. Follow the law.
Elizabeth Gick, Lance French, and Christy Weaver-Powell.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Gick. I live in Boulder, and I am number 4 in this series of reading from the complaints that came to your inbox. This is about noise and sleep disturbances. Alba Padilla says, I've been complaining about the noise and lights forever. Eric Ewing says, although I'm 3/4 of a mile away, the bright lights cause fatigue and visual stress at night, which in turn is causing emotional, physical, and mental stress and damage. At night, the flare will light up the surrounding community for miles. Many public roadways and structures are subjected to this light pollution. It scares the bejesus out of my kids, 3 and 5. Michael Chapman says, sounds are so much louder than the acceptable 75 decibel level in the late hours of the evening and early hours of the morning. Shrill sounds. Betsy Leonard says, a loud noise, constant droning, seems particularly loud because the sound reflects off the houses across the street. This has occurred about 7 a.m. at the time of this writing. However, the noise has not yet stopped. It is important that I have quiet because I have a sick human being in my house. Aaron Quinn says, they have some kind of engine or compressor running day and night that is so loud I can't sleep. The last couple of nights and tonight, I swear they are turning it up at night and turning it down during the day, and it goes on and on. 722 complaints more about noise and sleep disturbance. In addition to reminding you of these letters to your inbox. Myself as a grandmother, I would like to say to you, I'm here because at some point my granddaughter will say to me, what did you do to keep the planet from burning, from melting, from drowning, from suffocating? And I want to be able to say to her, Sophie, sweetheart, I did everything I could. I urge you to join me. It is lovely on this side of the aisle. Join me, become heroes of the people, not heroes of the dying fossil fuel industry. Please, I welcome you to my side, and thank you for listening.
I'm Randy Webb, and I have the last couple that we're going to present on this complaint list. October 16, 2017, Marilyn Barclay in Brighton, Colorado, said she's concerned about the safety of my home from this well. It has had 2 fire explosions within a month. The well is the Dittmer KE pad operated by Great Western Operating Company. Then from Fort Lupton, Len Toes on April 13, 2015 first said, while the group was standing in the parking area just to the north of our home, the tanks started to release VOCs in the air and blowing in our faces. This is a regular occurrence at our farm. Once again, we cannot understand how the COGCC has allowed this to continue for years and has in fact granted expansion of this polluting site. And before I give his 2017 complaint, I just wanted to say I can't understand why we are having gas odors and all the other related chemicals over a farm. It's not residences, but gee, it's where our food comes from. There are 4 Anadarko, and this is July 21, 2017, again from Lentos. There are 4 Anadarko Karamagi et al. Fracking industry drilling fracking rigs set up, and every single day now for weeks and weeks, the operations have spewed high volumes of colored gases, smoke, emission that smell like kerosene, xylene, benzene, and a myriad of other plumes of toxic chemicals that made my eyes burn, my chest feels as if it was crushed, a bloody nose, an enormous headache. I vomited several times and my thought is swollen badly. I had to purchase a $60 respirator to wear just to be outside. What is happening to my health and the health of everyone in this neighborhood is criminal. The state, the governor, the COGCC, the CDPHE, our health department, et al. Are criminals with blood on their hands to recklessly endanger the lives of citizens by allowing the fracking industry to contaminate the air we breathe with incredibly horrifying endocrine disrupting chemicals. The protocols for the CDPHE to test chemicals in the air is substandard and is not comprehensive in a manner that is objective science. I demand that the CDPHE stay on location surrounding the 4 drilling rigs for 1 week to determine in multiple directions, including downstream of wind patterns, the volume and type of chemicals found in the air. I demand the industry cease and desist operations in neighborhoods, that the state pay for my medical bills, the agencies breathe these chemicals I am forced to live with, my constitutional rights to clean air immediately. You're all willfully and knowingly recklessly endangering their lives, the lives of humans. You should not only be ashamed, you should be removed from your positions forever and sentenced to hard labor for decades. Then on December 24, this is back in 2014, Nanner and Ton Fisher of Niwot Longmont say after several months of very little activity, there were several trucks, I see the red light, I'll finish it up, and huge lights set up, and something was going on for about 48 hours at the well site. I want to know what happened. I want to know if there was toxic release in my atmosphere, if my family has been put in danger. We're not even finding that out. And I don't understand the Martinez appeal when this agency is representing the people.
Ma'am, we need you to summarize, please.
Sure, our health and welfare should come above everything. That's government.